A major WWE title match is reportedly planned for WrestleMania 39, as well as a bizarre sponsored match also taking place at WrestleMania. And sadly, leaping Lanny Poffo has passed away. So WrestleMania is fast approaching. We are on the road. How does it feel?
It feels great. It is. It's my favorite time of the year. Like, it's my favorite window of WWE time, I believe. Like, from the Rumble to Mania.
Oh, yeah,
that kind of build-up. It's a bit played out. You know, Road to WrestleMania has been hammered home a lot, but...
Point of the sign.
Point to the sign. It's fun. I like it, the big sign.
Yeah, I'm very, very excited. And it doesn't feel this year like it's an especially bumpy road. It seems like a lot is planned, which is good stuff. There's obviously a few matches that we don't know what's going on there, and they will become apparent, but it's looking good. The big matches so far.
Yeah, and Rumble's kind of set things in motion for a lot more of the kind of matches that seem to be on the horizon anyway.
Absolutely. A major one planned, according to our friends at WrestleVotes, IC title time, WrestleVotes tweeting, I'm told, while not decided 100%, there are plans to feature an Intercontinental Championship three-way match at WrestleMania. Gunther versus Sheamus versus Drew McIntyre. Big beefy boys.
Yeah.
There are a number of supporters within Creative that not only want the match, but they want it towards the top. TBD. This is grand. I'm really, really into this. I think there are a lot of decent endings that they could do here. Gunther could win and extend his title reign.
But he already looks like $1 million, and yet if he can just carry it through into the autumn, right, he beats Honky's record.
Yeah. Which he should.
Which he should.
Yeah. Gunther could win. Looks great as a result. Sheamus could win. He gets the IC title.
Yeah.
Drew could win. Sheamus gets upset, and then there's a heel turn there. The Banger Bros.
And we maybe get something involving the two of them at Money in the Bank.
Those two, I quite like them as a pairing at the same time. I really like them as a pairing, actually, and I like them both being babyface for now. Yeah. So maybe I don't want to see the heel turn. I'd be happy with either Sheamus winning or Gunther winning, to be honest.
If Sheamus wins, though, you could get like a nice, friendly exhibition style title match out of the pair of them where it's just sort of shake hands, let's go.
Yeah, totally. It's a little bit perhaps played out, isn't it? You don't always need the heel turn to have a nice little friendly.
The idea that it could be higher up the card as well. I just anything to elevate the IC title. Gunther's reign so far has been amazing. I just really want that belt to just feel a lot more special.
It really does. How cool is it that the final two in the men's rumble were the IC champion, the mid-card champion, and potentially, probably the future WWE champion?
Yeah.
That makes that belt, the IC belt, look $1 million,
It came close, though. I genuinely thought we were going to get down to the person that everybody thought was going to win versus the person nobody wants to win in Logan Paul. And that was a bit
He was so good, though.
Yeah.
He was so good. That spot with Ricochet. Ricochet's getting no credit because Ricochet does that sort of stuff all the time. But
it's like two brick walls flying into each other. It was
two little brick walls.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's on the good side of things. Now let's look at the perhaps not so good side of things, because a major sponsored match seemingly is going to be taking place at WrestleMania also. So the Hollywood Reporter published an article Thursday noting that sponsorship revenue for WrestleMania 39 currently stands at a record-breaking $14 to $15 million dues. That is an insane amount of money.
It's barely anything compared to the Super Bowl, though, and this is what they'll probably be looking at going, one day we're going to have like hundreds of millions, and it's going to be like, how heavily advertised are we going to be?
Well, it looks like we're getting there. We're inching towards that. Some of which apparently is going to come from a brand-sponsored match. WWE Senior Vice President and Head of Global Sales and Partnerships, Craig Stinnell, big shout out to our friend Craig, by the way, spoke with the Hollywood Reporter saying, I don't want to give away too much, but it'll be around a match and the sponsorship of that match and what they'll be able to bring to that match. So we're going to do things that fit inside of our storyline as well. The article noted that he suggested that there's going to be surprises at Mania, specifically calling out a new sponsor, Cinnamon Toast Crunch. It's a delicious cereal, Sam, which has led to speculation that the match sponsor will be Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Now, Mountain Dew, the Mountain Dew match at Royal Rumble was widely celebrated. Everybody and their mother enjoyed that match.
Yep.
How can they improve on the pitch black match, Sam? They can't, is the answer. What do you do with Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
I don't know. I ate it for the first time in the States, and it was delicious. So
Yeah,
I don't know, like, what are they?
Cereal?
Yeah.
Nice.
Could you do some, maybe, oh no, because it's quite sharp. Maybe they could have like thumbtack spot with it.
Would a brand want to be associated with lots of bleeding like that? Yeah, why not? Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Cereal,
They
cuts
love
your
it.
mouth.
I reckon casket match full of Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and you get the great visual of The Undertaker who's back for this match, because it is a big money match, getting rolled into the casket. Oh, bloody Cinnamon Toast Crunch. But he's not worried about being put in the casket. He gets out and he starts eating the Cinnamon Toast Crunch because it's such a delicious cereal.
To win as well, you would have to get all the milk in there while keeping your opponent incapacitated. Take a spoonful. So I'm honestly at a point where I'm surprised this hasn't happened earlier. I genuinely feel like AEW's kind of opened the doors a little bit in terms of marketing, being a little bit more
with the Cracker
featured.
Barrel stuff.
Yeah, I part of me feels like, because all we've ever heard for years from people who were kind of, like really, really into all the stats and facts and the people that really break down all these figures and stuff, is that, wrestling fans are hard to market to. There aren't a lot of marketers that want to market to wrestling fans. And part of me feels like we just got to a point where WWE was like, yeah. And I think now with the slight change in PG, and I think with the fact that, a lot of other sports and combat sports brands, rings and matches are all sponsored and brought to you by X Film. It used to be sort of like that in the 90s anyway with pay-per-views. So I'm not entirely surprised.
Fruity Skittles.
But it's also kind of part of more the sports style presentation, isn't it? Just everything having a sponsor.
It's a necessary evil, isn't it? I think it was a shame that Bray's first proper match back was the Mountain Dew Pitch Black match. It didn't work for me or anything like that.
It was.
I think you got to choose your matches carefully, right?
It could have used a few glow sticks.
But the obvious one here, right, is Booty O's versus Cinnamon Toast Crunch. We've already got a
Who's
cereal.
Going to be the Cinnamon Croach?
Who is going to be the Cinnamon Roach, who is the, of course, mascot of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Moving on to, stop laughing because this is quite sad news, Sam.
Right.
The Rock's mother surviving a car crash. Dwayne The Rock Johnson taking to Instagram saying that she survived a serious car crash in LA. Thank you, God. She's okay. Angels of Mercy watched over my mum. She was in a car crash late last night. She'll survive, continue to get evaluated. She's a survivor in ways that would make angels and miracles real. And he thanks the LAPD, LAFD as well for being so caring and focused. She was, of course, at Royal Rumble. A lot of people tweeting pictures and stuff. I don't think she was shown on telly. If she was, I apologise because I missed it. And everybody's like, oh, Rock's mum's there. Rock's coming back. She was for Nia, wasn't it? They know each other as well, you might have heard. But yeah, the Rock's mum was there. So we send her best in her recovery. She's had a hell of a life. So we send her, very much all the best. Get well soon. Hope she recovers very, very quickly. And unfortunately, we're finishing with more sad news as Lanny Poffo passed away yesterday. So news broke last night that Lanny Poffo, you might remember him as the Genius in WWE, of course, the brother of Macho Man Randy Savage. He passed away. His biggest win, and he would dine out on this for the rest of his career, was beating WWF champion Hulk Hogan.
Which,
by count out.
It doesn't matter.
It is so
That's
good.
the brackets. Just cover the brackets over.
It's a very great Healy thing to do. So he did sign with WCW. Apparently he had a dark match. I've never seen any footage of that dark match or stills or anything. And then he was, I think he was sort of kept on the books as a favour to Randy, right?
It was just sort of like, he was just employed by the company, but you'd barely ever, if ever, see him.
No, I don't remember seeing him once on broadcast. But I think back, and my sort of, like, obviously he wrestled as Leaping Lanny Poffo. Mid-South Memphis, and then he followed Randy to WWF. I remember him as the Genius and hated him. Absolutely hated him. And as a kid, I'd watch him. He'd do these poems, and I was like, "Get off my screen, you absolute!" But actually, it just meant he was really good at his job.
We were talking about this last night. I said he's up there with people like when I was a kid. I think back to it. It's people like Regal, people like JBL. Even now, when you think about somebody like Regal, all he's done for British wrestling, all of his career, the sacrifices he's made, and everything like that, I still hate him. And there's like, honestly, I don't know what it is. It's just that burning interior child is still occasionally just like, God damn. But it's the same with people like Lanny Poffo, where it's just, I don't know, the simplicity of dining out on the Hogan win, the way he would just talk down and be condescending, the fact that he was highly educated and just used that to his advantage.
Totally. He was a fascinating man, a hell of a talker, just really, really interesting and enjoyable to listen to. When I've listened to him on shoot interviews, podcasts, he had a great mind for the business. A few tributes from his colleagues. Hacksaw Jim Duggan initially broke the news, saying he was 68 years old. In a tweet, WWE posted a statement as well. Leaping Lanny Poffo was one of the first high flyers in WWE. While he achieved some success as a fan favorite, reading his own poetry and throwing frisbees to the crowd, he reached new heights as the genius. Dutch Mantel, Dirty Dutch, tweeting, "I've known Lanny, Randy, Angelo, of course the father, legendary wrestling promoter, from my first year in the business. Great guys, great family. Rest in peace, genius." Rip Rogers, "My good friend Lanny Poffo passed away. I've had more matches with him than anyone else in the business in my career. Lanny, Randy, Angelo, and Judy basically taught me the wrestling business. He will definitely be missed." Ricky Morton, "Rest in paradise, Lanny Poffo. So many great memories. We lost a genius today." Cauliflower Alley Club tweeting, "The poet laureate of the WWE rests in peace. Thanks for the memories." And Blue Meanie, "I had the pleasure of doing a movie with Lanny called The Curse of the Wolf, and he was such a pleasure to be around. Rest in peace, Lanny Poffo." We at Cultaholic, of course, extend our condolences to the friends and family of the late, great Lanny Poffo. Thank you very much for watching. We'll be back with more news in due course, so we'll see you in a bit. Take care.